Once again, if you're just joining us, please silence your cell phones. We'll start a statement from Coach and then open it up for player comments from the student athletes. Tom?
Thank you. First off, congratulations to LSU and to Florida. Two great baseball teams who are going to play this weekend for a national championship, and they both earned their way there. So kudos to that club. So proud of our guys, not only for the way we battled today, but for really all season, our consistency and our toughness all season. And you heard me say this time and time again this week, but the way these guys love each other, as a coach, I'd rather coach this team and not win the national championship than coach any other team. And I'm just beyond proud of them. And Rhett today, what can you say about Rhett Lowder today? I mean, Paul Skeens was fantastic, and Rhett matched him pitch for pitch. It was one of the best college baseball games I've ever seen. And, Michael Massey and behind him was dominant, and Hurd was too for LSU. So runs were hard to come by, and unfortunately we couldn't find a way to scratch one across there those first 10 or so innings. But, again, proud of this club. Brock Wilken, the season he put together, to be the ACC home run leader for a career in 3 years, and to become the defensive player he's become, and the athlete he's become, but also the teammate he's become. So just proud of these two guys on my left. I can't wait to watch them play, for the next 15 years, on my television. So proud of this team, proud to be a small part of it. Our coaching staff, I want to thank those guys for everything they poured into our season, and honored to be a small part of it.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions for the student athletes. We'll start with the birthday boy, Essex.
Essex there, blogger so dear. This goes for both Brock and Rhett. You guys stayed on the field for a long time, embracing as a team. What were the kind of things that were said during that time, and what did it feel like during that moment?
Brock.
Yeah, it was a tough one there. We kind of just embraced each other and reiterated how much we love one another. And, this is the last time a lot of us will get to put on this jersey. And, I'm glad I got to do it with the two guys to my right and all 30 guys in the dugout. Those are my best friends, and I got to go to war with those guys every single day. And, I'm lucky and proud to say I played for Wake Forest baseball.
Rhett.
Yeah, Brock covered a lot of it. Just kind of telling each other how much we love each other, that we've showed it all year, but kind of just expressing it to one another. We've come from so far. A lot of the guys were here a couple of years ago, and we kind of, it's a lot of hard work that went into that. So we were kind of just embracing each other and taking in the moment. So.
Okay, right here. Question.
Connor O'Neill, Deacons Illustrated. Rhett, what went into you being able to pitch on so short rest and then being able to pitch 88 and as effectively as you did?
I don't really know what went into it. I'm grateful just to be able to put this jersey on. So whatever I can do, whenever I can pitch, I'm going to pitch. This might be the last time. It's going to be hard for me to take this off tonight, but there's no way I wouldn't pitch in this game.
Aaron.
Aaron Fitt doing baseball. Rhett, just to almost piggyback on that, there was so much anticipation toward this matchup, you and Skeens, and the two teams that have been number one all year long, and everything else, trip to the finals on the line. To be part of that kind of the historical game, really. When you exited the game, did it kind of hit you, the magnitude of the whole thing, and how do you kind of just describe the experience of this game?
Yeah, this is probably the best game I've ever played in. Wish we could have came out on the other side, but credit to LSU. Like they said, they're a really good team. Paul Skeens is a really good pitcher. He's very impressive to watch. But it hit me a little bit. But every game at this park in front of these fans is it's unreal.
Okay, Mike.
Michael Farrar with Berg Sports Network. Rhett, you made history tonight, breaking the Wake Forest single-season strikeout record. From all the guys who played before you, what's it like to be a part of that historical record?
Yeah, Josh Hartle broke it last time he was out there. I wish he got another chance to pitch, and he would have just broke it again. But I'm super proud of him, and it's an honor to be listed with all those guys before me. But I don't know. I'm excited for Josh and what his career is going to look like.
Okay, here in the back.
Danny Wexelman, ESPN. A lot of people seeing you guys on this stage. For everyone who's in here, they watch you all season, but what do you guys hope that people learned about your team and what you guys already know about each other?
I think it goes a lot to say for how much love and care for each other that we have. That goes a lot longer than any talent will ever, take anyone. So when people watch us, we're never out of any single game, and how much energy and how much fun that we bring to the table every single day. I hope that I can leave that lasting legacy on other people and my teammates, how much energy and passion and fun that I bring to this game. And, I left it all on the field tonight, and I wouldn't have done it with anyone else.
Rhett.
Yeah, I think what we did a good job of, and what a lot of people might not know, is just how much fight we actually had. I feel like that people say we play in a small ballpark and just hit home runs all the time, but just finding ways to win is what we've done all year long in close games, and it takes a lot of grit and it takes a lot of fight, and we've done it in numerous different ways. But I think that's just something that we showed.
Okay, Matt.
Matt Talverty from World Baseball Network. Rhett, what is it like to have a guy like Bennett Lee behind the dish through all your starting appearances this season?
Bennett Lee's amazing. I mean, just the addition to him to this team. I mean, he controls the pitching staff. He just brings the energy, and then some guy you trust, to talk to in any sort of situation, and then he's going to show up every single day. And big thing for a catcher, he's super level-headed, so he could have a tough day at the dish, and you'd have no idea. You would have no idea you're pitching to a guy that's 0 for 3. And I think that's one of the biggest things for being a catcher. It's awesome.
Les, this will be our last question for the student athletes.
Les Johns, Demon Deacon Digest. For both you guys, 54 wins. You fall one game short of the College World Series finals. What do you think is the legacy of this team and Team 109?
Rhett, start, please.
Yeah, I think this, just the evolution of Wake Forest baseball to get to where we are now, it's something to be proud of. I'm super grateful, like I said earlier, just to be able to put the jersey on, and then to be a part of what we've built. And this is the standard for Wake Forest baseball now. So I'm just excited to see when they get back.
Brock.
Yeah, as Rhett said, Team 109 blended the future and the past together. This is now the standard, and we exceeded a lot of our expectations and the world's expectations. So to be able to go out there and play every day and leave a lasting legacy that people will always look up to, that means more than any personal accolade will ever mean.
Guys, thank you. Thank you for the year. Thank you for tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, we'll start questions here, and I see Aaron first.
Aaron 51. We've talked so much about Rhett over the years, of course, but this performance today on this stage and his kind of overall legacy, how do you put both of those things into context?
Well, it's impossible. I mean, the guy went 30-5 in his career, and this was the first game we've lost this year that he's pitched in. So obviously wouldn't be here without him, and just a total gamer. I mean, he was just out there competing and battling, matching Paul Skeens pitch for pitch. So again, and the most amazing thing is he's an even better kid than he is pitcher. He's just the kind of guy that you want to go to war with. And everybody in his team just has so much respect for him and love for him. So, he's the epitome of what you want in a college baseball player.
Okay, Conrad.
Connor O'Neill, Deacons Illustrated. Tom, can you walk me through the decision process to go to Manassi there? And then I think you'd walk Tommy in his previous at-bat or 2 at-bats ago. Was there any thought of that? I know it's harsh to second-guess it now, but your thought process.
Yeah, again, we were in between on whether to start Manassi in that inning, truthfully. And, I always hate to be that guy that, if you're going to go to somebody after one base or after the first guy gets on, it's like, why didn't you just start the other guy? And I'm always in between on that. But, again, if we were going to lose this game, I wanted Cam on the mound. He's our guy, and he's made pitches. And, obviously, I'd like to have that one back. But, if you're going to lose a ball game, I want him to be the guy on the mound and give credit to Tommy White and put a good swing on the ball.
Okay, Matt.
Patty Ramirez, White and Blue Review. I'm sorry that you're on the sour end of this, but I'm wondering, it didn't feel like there were many mistakes by either team tonight. It just felt like someone took the moment and won it. What was it like to be a part of a game of that magnitude on this stage with so much at stake where the players played to the level?
Yeah, I mean, the expectations coming into this game with that matchup were off the charts, and both teams delivered on that, and that's near impossible to do. I mean, we were like through 7 innings, and Paul Skeens hadn't walked anybody yet, and I was just like blown away by. Again, obviously it's got great stuff, but I was just so impressed with his ability to make pitches, and there weren't even really that many 3-ball counts, and our game plan coming into it was to drive his pitch count up, and we just weren't able to do that because he just threw so many strikes. But and again, we delivered on the other side of that. You're right, there weren't any mistakes. I mean, again, we made one bad pitch, and Tommy White didn't miss it. We hit some hard balls, off of Hurd. I mean, we barreled up probably 6 balls off Hurd that kind of right at people, and we didn't get the big hit they did.
Okay, Les.
Coach, how deflating was it for the team initially to see Nick Kurtz pulled from the lineup, and then how happy were you with what Jack did out there tonight?
Yeah, really impressed with Jack. We put him in the lineup at Louisville, and I was proud of him then too because he just looked like he belonged. He didn't miss a beat, and he went in there today, got our first hit, obviously, and had some other good at-bats, took some good swings, played well defensively. So, we were trying to find a situation to get Kurtzy in there. We just, Kurtzy said he had one at-bat in him, and we were just trying to get a guy in scoring position for him. And, the only really time we got a guy in scoring position, it was Lucas Costello and Brock Wilken up. So, obviously we weren't going to hit for those guys. But, again, I have to think if we had had a healthy Nick Kurtz this week, the stuff that happened today was kind of just a holdover from the Alabama super, truthfully, and he's been battling all week. If we have a healthy Nick Kurtz, then who knows, maybe yesterday's different too.
Essex.
Coach, in the huddle on the field, what was your message to the team, but also personally, what were the emotions going through your mind?
Post game? Yeah, I just told those guys I was proud of them and I loved them and wouldn't want to be here with any other group of guys, and hold their heads high, enjoy the moment, soak it in, and just be present in the moment, take it all in. Wake Forest will be back in this game again, and I know it won't be with all these guys on this team because we've got several guys that are going to be high draft picks, but we've got a couple seniors too. So I'm sorry they won't be back in this game, but I know Wake Forest will be.
Okay, back here in the middle.
Zach Ewing from The Advocate. Tom, probably the key moment of the first 10 innings, the squeeze play. Walk us through that decision and then what you saw on it. Kind of like he said, it didn't seem like anyone did anything wrong. They just made a play on you.
Yeah, it was bunted maybe just a little too hard, but I thought it was a pretty good bunt, and give credit to Trey Morgan. He was kind of straight vacating on that ball. And, the reality of the situation is you could maybe hold the runner there because I don't think they'd have been able to get an out on the backside of that because of the way he crashed, and I don't know that they had anybody covering first base. So I think if we make a little better slide there, we're probably safe. I think we just got a little too high with the slide. But, again, it was a great defensive play by a great defensive first baseman, and, I think both teams did everything right.
Okay, this will be our last question for Tom.
Yeah, Aaron Fitt again. Coach, kind of the other part of that inning, the eighth, there's, kind of the peak of that game in a lot of ways was the top and then the bottom of that inning. But you got a guy at second base, Cruz, coming up. You decided to pitch to him with Massey, and then you walk White, and you pitched to Morgan. And the way that all worked out for you was really good. But I'm just really curious if you could explain kind of the strategy there, because I thought that was compelling.
Yeah, anytime you consider walking somebody, you're looking at it and saying, okay, we've got to pitch to 2 out of the 3 guys, and which had to pitch to 2 of them. You couldn't pitch to 1 of them. So, we just chose Cruz and Morgan in that situation. We felt like Massey, with his ride on his fastball, was a good matchup for Cruz. And Tommy White, the key to getting him out is to be out of the zone. And that's what the plan was there in the last inning. And we just missed center cut. And when you miss center cut on Tommy White, he's going to punish it.
Tom, thank you. Congratulations on the year.
Thank you. Appreciate your hospitality.